Today, I'm going to talk about something that most men go through at least once in their life, and especially when they're young. So the guy starts speaking to a girl, shows his interest in her, and all that he gets in return are one-word, half-hearted replies. If he is naive, he'll keep on trying, only to get the same sort of answers. The girl is basically showing you or trying to tell you that she's just not interested in you or in being with you. She doesn't have the guts to do it directly, so she's using her lack of communication and her negative body language to tell you this. As a naive young man, you're really confused about what's happening. I mean, is it something you said or did? Why is she not responding to you? Why is she giving you these confusing signals? And there's no one telling you what's actually going on. My buddies were making fun of me the first time this happened to me. Even though the majority of guys were too sloppy to even approach a woman, they were still making a mockery of my attempts. In my first year of high school, I had a falling out with these guys and went out on my own, frantically attempting to attract and get the approval of women. I made a few changes to my appearance during the year, thinking that if I peacocked enough, I could overcome the barrier of the ladies being silent and just avoiding me. It wasn't until I began working out because I was sick of being laughed at, though, that women began to pay attention. The majority of the women still remained silent, but a few of them began to engage me in conversation because they were interested in dating me. That came as a complete surprise. Some of them regularly became nasty, irate, and treated me like shit when I told them I was flattered but wasn't interested in them. Even though you informed her you weren't interested, you still wanted to be her friend, and she still treats you like an a-hole. She doesn't like you, plain and simple. If she doesn't chat to you soon away, she will essentially be kind if she likes you and you start dating her, provided that doing so is genuinely to her advantage. However, if she thinks she can get away with it, she'll mistreat you if she knows you love her. Women ignore us in a passive-aggressive manner, which is how they mistreat us. They treat us horribly if they don't want us, giving us the quiet treatment if we're pursuing them. We get the silent treatment if we do anything they don't like, and the same treatment if we reject them. All of these things have happened to me several times, and after a while, you become used to it. Isn't it ironic that when a woman rejects you, she doesn't want to be around you anymore? On the other hand, if a man rejects the woman, he typically doesn't mind her around him. So she's the one who is upset because she can't take a kick to her ego. Once she's done being angry and emotional about it, she'll even try to get back with you. She's basically done giving you her silent treatment, and now she'd rather be with you. I personally think that this silent treatment that women give men is a major form of manipulation and emotional abuse that guys have been on the receiving end for far too long. She knows she's being pursued, so she feels wanted, validated, and liked. That's a feeling that makes her happy and excited. Then gives you the silent treatment, and if you're naive and still pursue her, she'll keep on giving you the silent treatment because it makes her feel validated. It's like giving her the most wonderful ego massage. On the other hand, if you're already in a relationship with her, she can still give you the silent treatment if something isn't being done according to her wishes. So she uses the silence as a form of manipulation to get her what she wants. It's also important to note that women can keep giving men the silent treatment throughout their lives and the course of their relationships. And everyone thinks that's okay because it's something that women have always been doing. Why doesn't anybody recognize this as a form of abuse is beyond me. If a man gives the silent treatment, women can't take it go to the extremes such as separation or divorce. They just can't emotionally deal with such situations because they haven't been subjected to them throughout their lives like men have. If men give them the silent treatment, they're basically doing the exact same thing that women do, and that drives them crazy. It's something that men had increasingly learned to do in order to show women a taste of their own medicine. Over the years, I've given some women the silent treatment, and that just always made them incredibly emotional because they'd never faced this sort of treatment from guys before. It just frustrates them and eventually makes them realize that they're just at the receiving end of the treatment they usually provide to men. Doing that is the fastest way to enrage a woman, because they presumably punish others first. Some people also take joy in hurting others. For instance, if you didn't bring a woman flowers at home, she may choose to ignore you as an emotional form of retribution. Even if you honestly neglected to get those flowers for some reason, from her point of view, you penalized her first, thus she's just punishing you in return. Since you need to learn an emotional lesson to ensure that you won't repeat the behavior, it really doesn't matter. The silent treatment of the digital age is a little different. Since you're not directly interacting with them, you choose to block them from your social media handles so they don't have a clue what's going in your life, where you are, who you are with, and what you're up to. This is the silent treatment of the internet age. So now women do this online and basically tell men that we know you're online, we know you stalk our profiles from time to time. but we're not going to give you the satisfaction of peering into our lives through the window of social media. It's social and online punishment, and won't unfriend you, no, that would be too direct. They want to show you they're still in the online world, but that world is just not available for you. Years and years of receiving the silent treatment and also tolerating it didn't make me think about it before because I assumed that's just how things were. Now I actually like the silent treatment because it allows me a sense of peace, because I don't want to be as visible as I was before. I like keeping a low profile now to stay away from all the drama that occurs when you're interacting with women. And I recently read this article that basically positioned the silent treatment as the perfect way to treat your partner if he wasn't doing the things women wanted to them to do. It was written by a woman, of course. It basically suggested that when a woman is upset with her partner, the best way to handle it is through the silent treatment, because when she's upset, her mind just doesn't work the way it is used to working. This is wrong on so many levels. How is a relationship supposed to continue if women are actually being encouraged to continue with the silent treatment and not directly communicate their issues with their partners? Doesn't make sense. This also happened with me in a long-term relationship that I had been in and wanted to end. It was only then that she spoke up because she knew the silent treatment won't be helping her anymore. You know, if I think about it, if I was back in that situation all those years ago, I would do so many things differently, and not put myself in a situation where she'd give me the silent treatment in the first place. I would be very direct with her and tell her up front that that's not how it's going to work, that she needs to actually communicate, and only then can the issue be resolved. I would have called her out on it and told her that this is plain abuse. Silent treatment is more like a child getting upset because his parent didn't buy him that expensive toy they couldn't afford. I mean, what can he do otherwise? He can't go out, get a job, and earn money. So the only way for the child to show that he's upset is through the silent treatment. I think this is a habit that girls from a very young age develop, and then use throughout their lives to make sure that their requests are accepted. First by their parents or siblings, and then by their boyfriends and husbands. It's child play. So guys, be aware of the silent treatment. Be warned, it only shows that the girl is either not interested in you, or is highly immature and doesn't want to communicate because she feels she'll get what she wants through the silent treatment. Call her out on it. Tell her that this is abuse and that you won't accept it because you're a self-respecting man.